If you are in your 50s, 60s, or older, do your legs often feel heavy at the end of the day? Or do you have numbness and aching from your calves down to your feet? Do you ever have to massage them all night to sleep? Or do your feet swell and burn after standing for a long time, but you don't know why? If you are experiencing this feeling, you are not alone. Many older people are also living with pain, numbness, and swelling in their feet every day without finding an effective solution. The good news is, there is a very simple way. All you need is a natural oil, easy to find, easy to use, and especially, has been proven by many scientific studies to be effective. When you apply this oil to your feet every night, after just 7 days, many people have seen feet are lighter. Swelling and numbness are significantly reduced. And especially, deeper sleep because the feet are properly relaxed. So what is this magical oil? Why does it help improve blood circulation, reduce inflammation, and soothe your feet after a long day? The answer will surprise you. Find out with me. I'm Dr. Evan Bonehart, a healthcare specialist for the elderly focusing on bones, joints, and muscles. Welcome to Bones Health Seniors, a channel where we share knowledge, experience, and practical advice to help you better care for your elderly loved ones. Let's start with me. And that something is rosemary oil. Now before you roll your eyes or think, come on, how can an oil do anything? Hear me out. Because this isn't just an old folk remedy. This is something that's been studied, tested, and shown to help with things like circulation, nerve sensitivity, inflammation, and even muscle recovery. It's been used for centuries, and modern science is finally catching up to what our grandparents and great-grandparents already knew. And when you apply rosemary oil to your legs, especially in the morning or evening, with a little gentle massage, the results can be surprising. I've had people tell me that within a week, their legs felt less stiff, that they didn't wake up with swollen ankles, that they could stand longer in the kitchen without needing to lean on the counter. And I'm not talking about a magic cure. I'm talking about a real, noticeable shift that makes your daily life easier, more comfortable, and a whole lot more free. Now, why rosemary oil? Why not any other oil? Well, rosemary essential oil has this incredible combination of properties. It improves circulation, meaning it helps your blood vessels deliver more oxygen and nutrients to your leg muscles and joints. That's key, especially if you deal with cold feet or swelling at the end of the day. It also has anti-inflammatory effects. So if you have arthritis in your knees or ankles, or just general inflammation from standing or sitting too long, rosemary oil can help calm that down. And here's something most people don't realize. Rosemary oil also stimulates nerve endings. That means if you've had any numbness, tingling, or even just a dead leg feeling, rosemary can help wake those nerves back up. It's not just soothing, it's activating. I remember a woman named Dorothy. She's 72, retired, and used to work as a school librarian. Lovely woman. She told me she started applying rosemary oil to her calves every morning after getting out of bed. She'd warm a little between her palms, massage her legs from ankles to knees, and then sit with her tea while it soaked in. After just a few days, she said, "My legs feel like they're mine again." I'll never forget the way she smiled when she said it. Now, if you're wondering how to do it or where to start, don't worry, we'll talk about that in just a bit. But first, let's talk about why the legs are such a common trouble spot as we age and why that makes rosemary oil so effective. The legs are our foundation. Every step we take, every time we stand, sit, reach, stretch, it starts with the legs. But they're also farther from the heart, which means blood has to work harder to get down there and back up again. Add in gravity, a little age-related stiffness, and maybe a sedentary day or two, and suddenly the legs are the first to show signs of poor circulation, muscle loss, and nerve fatigue. And because we often ignore these signs, they get worse. Swelling becomes the norm. Tiredness turns into avoidance. We stop going on walks or standing at the stove or gardening or dancing because we don't trust our legs to keep up. But you deserve better than that. You deserve legs that carry you without pain. You deserve to stand up from a chair without bracing your hands on your thighs. You deserve to walk across the room without fear of wobbling or cramping or locking up. And that's where the power of simple daily habits comes in, like applying rosemary oil in the morning and evening, not as a chore but as a gentle act of care. Now maybe you're thinking, okay, I'll try it, but will it really make that much of a difference? The answer is it depends on you. How consistent you are. How present you are with your body. Because it's not just about rubbing something on and hoping for magic. It's about reconnecting. Massaging rosemary oil into your legs every morning is a moment. A signal. A way to say to your body, I'm still here and I still care. And that alone, just that attention, can start to bring things back to life. I once had a man tell me, "I thought my legs were just done. I thought the weakness was permanent." But after applying rosemary oil with slow, circular massage for a week, morning and night, he said he felt more steady, that he could feel his calves engaging again, that his balance even improved. That's what I want for you. Not just stronger legs, but more confidence, more ease, more days where you feel like you again, not someone just getting through the day. So I want to know, have you ever used rosemary oil before? Or do you already have a favorite way to take care of your legs in the morning? So share it below. I read every comment and I'd love to hear what works for you. And if this is all new to you, that's okay too. You don't have to get it perfect. Just be curious, be open. Give your body the chance to surprise you. Because now that we've opened the door to what rosemary oil can do, we can go even deeper into how to apply it, how to combine it with simple stretches, and how to make this not just a tip but a transformation. Now that we've talked about the why your legs need a little more love after 60, and why rosemary oil is such a powerful tool, it's time to talk about the how. Because I know how easy it is to hear something promising, feel excited for a minute, and then not know exactly where to begin. And that's okay. We're going to walk through this together, step by step, so you can feel confident and comfortable as you try this for yourself. First things first, what kind of rosemary oil should you use? There are two options. The first is pure, undiluted rosemary essential oil. This is the concentrated stuff. It comes in tiny bottles and has a strong herbal scent. The second option is rosemary oil already diluted with a carrier, like olive oil or coconut oil. Either one can work, but if you're using the pure essential oil, you'll need to dilute it yourself. Why? Because undiluted essential oils can be too harsh on the skin, especially if yours is sensitive. You don't want tingling to turn into stinging. A safe rule of thumb is to mix about 5 drops of rosemary essential oil into a tablespoon of carrier oil. Olive oil is a great choice. It's nourishing, anti-inflammatory, and helps your skin absorb the rosemary deeply. Once you've got your blend ready, here's what you do. Warm a little between your palms, just a dime-sized amount. Rub your hands together gently until the oil feels smooth and slightly warm. Then, starting at your ankles, begin to massage in small circular motions, working your way upward, toward your knees and thighs. Always go in the direction of your heart. That helps encourage healthy circulation and lymphatic flow, which reduces swelling and tiredness in the legs. You don't have to press hard. This isn't about deep tissue. It's about connection. Waking up the skin. Stimulating the nerves. Getting the blood moving. You can sit down to do it. You can stand at the sink. You can even do it lying in bed. What matters is that you're present with your body while you do it. I often recommend doing this in the morning before you get dressed and again at night before bed. Why? Because those are the 2 times your legs are most vulnerable right after being still for hours. You're either waking them up or you're helping them recover. Either way, your body appreciates it more than you know. And if you really want to boost the effect, you can pair your oil massage with just 2 or 3 minutes of light movement. After your morning application, try a few ankle rolls. Lift one foot and gently circle it 10 times in each direction. Then do a few slow knee bends just to let your muscles know it's time to turn on. At night, after massaging in the oil, try elevating your legs with a pillow for 10 minutes while you relax. That gives your circulation a little break, reduces pooling in the ankles, and helps the rosemary oil soak in more fully. A woman named Evelyn, she's 70 and deals with varicose veins, started doing this every night after dinner. She'd apply the oil, do a few leg circles, and then rest with her legs elevated while watching her favorite show. After a week, she emailed me to say, "My legs aren't throbbing at night anymore. It's like someone opened the window and let the pressure out." That visual stuck with me. Because that's what so many people feel, pressure in the legs. Not pain exactly. Just that tight, restless, uncomfortable sense that something's off. And when you start using rosemary oil regularly, that pressure often begins to release. Now, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Consistency is everything here. 1 or 2 applications won't make a huge difference. But a week of regular use? That's when people start saying, "Wait a second. My knees feel looser." Or, "I didn't have that deep ache in my calves today." Or, "I made it through the grocery store without needing to rest halfway." And it's not just the oil. It's the act of caring. Of taking those few quiet minutes in the morning and evening to focus on yourself. I want to be really clear about something. This is not selfish. This is survival. Thriving even. Because when you take care of your legs, you're taking care of your mobility, your independence, your freedom. And that matters more than any fancy cream or exercise machine. I once had a couple write to me, both in their 60s. They'd been using rosemary oil together as part of their evening routine. One would sit on the couch while the other gently massaged their legs. Then they'd switch. They said it wasn't just helping their legs, it was helping their marriage. More laughter. More connection. More presence. That's the kind of ripple effect that happens when you tune into your body. Now maybe you're thinking, what if it doesn't work for me? That's a fair question. And here's my honest answer. Not everything works the same for every body. But it's such a small, safe, affordable habit, there's very little to lose by trying it. And there's so much to gain. You might discover your legs feel warmer, or less bloated, or more stable when you stand. You might find your balance improves simply because your nerves are firing better. You might even sleep better because your legs aren't restless or jumpy when you lie down. These changes are subtle but powerful. They build over time. And they give you something no pill can: a sense of ownership over your health. So if you've ever felt frustrated by your legs, if you've ever sighed getting out of bed because you knew they'd feel tight or tired, if you've ever worried that you're losing strength or circulation, give this a try. Not just once, but for 7 days. Morning and night. With intention, care, and hope. And when you do, come back here and tell me what you noticed. Whether it was a little shift or a big one. Whether it was easier to walk the dog, or stand through your shower, or just feel present in your body again. Because that's the goal: not perfection, but presence. Not youth, but vitality. If you've ever tried rosemary oil before, or if you're curious to start, drop a heart in the comments. Let's make this a place where we share our experiences and support each other. Because the truth is, we don't need miracle cures. We need habits that honor our bodies, that listen, that give back. And we're just getting started. So now that you've been applying the oil, maybe even started to feel those first subtle changes in your legs, let's talk about how to make this part of your life for the long haul. Because what good is a great habit if it only lasts a week, right? That's where the real transformation happens. Not in a jar of oil. Not in one massage. But in the quiet, consistent way you choose to take care of your legs, day after day. That's how energy comes back. That's how pain fades. That's how confidence returns, little by little, drop by drop. Now I get it. Life can get in the way. Maybe you're traveling. Maybe the grandkids are visiting. Maybe you wake up and just don't feel like doing anything extra. That's totally normal. But here's the secret. You don't have to be perfect, you just have to keep coming back. That's it. Miss a day? No guilt. Pick it up the next morning. Too tired at night? Give your legs 30 seconds of attention and say, I'll do more tomorrow. Because your body remembers every act of care, even the small ones. And here's something beautiful I've noticed. Once you begin treating your legs with kindness, other parts of your life start to change too. You might start drinking more water. Or standing taller. Or going for a little walk after dinner, not because you have to, but because your legs want to. That's the ripple effect. One good habit grows into another. I remember talking to a man named Harold. He's 68 and a retired truck driver. He started with rosemary oil on his legs just to see if it would help with that heavy tire feeling he got at the end of the day. And after just 1 week, not only did the swelling go down, but he felt more motivated to stretch in the morning. My legs don't just move easier, he told me, they remind me I can still do things. Isn't that what we all want? Not to go back in time, but to feel alive in our bodies today. And look, I know rosemary oil isn't a miracle. It won't erase arthritis or reverse years of wear and tear. But what it can do is wake your legs back up. Reconnect your skin, nerves, and muscles. Calm the inflammation. Boost blood flow. Give you relief from swelling. And maybe most importantly, give you hope that things can still improve. Because they can. Your body is not done yet. Your legs are not done yet. And your story is still being written. So here's what I want to leave you with: something that's simple, powerful, and easy to remember. Every time you apply rosemary oil, you are telling your legs they matter. Every time you rub your calves or elevate your ankles or just pause to notice how your feet feel, you are choosing healing over habit. Connection over autopilot. Strength over surrender. That matters. More than any product or program ever could. You know, sometimes we chase big answers, big changes. We want that one thing that fixes everything. But more often than not, the real breakthroughs are quiet. They show up when you choose yourself even for 5 minutes in the morning. So if this is your first time trying something like this, welcome. You're in good company. And if this is your 10th time trying to create a new habit, that's okay too. Try again. Your legs are worth it. I want to invite you now to pause just for a moment and think about what you want for your legs. Not what you're afraid of, but what you want. Maybe it's to walk around the block without stopping, or to climb the stairs without holding the railing, or to sit through dinner without that ache creeping in behind your knees. Hold on to that vision. Let it guide your next choice. Let it remind you that even at 60, 70, 80 and beyond, you still get to choose how you care for yourself. And if this video has helped you feel a little more hopeful or a little more informed, do me a favor, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear what changes you've noticed in your legs this week. Even if it's something small like, I stood longer while brushing my teeth today, that's a win. That matters. And it deserves to be shared. Also, if you found this helpful, please like the video so we can reach more people looking for natural, powerful ways to feel better in their bodies. And don't forget to subscribe, because in my next video, I'll be sharing a common mistake many people make in the first hour of their day. Want to guess what it is? Leave your guess in the comments and make sure you hit that little bell icon so you don't miss out. And lastly, tag someone you care about. A friend, a sibling, a neighbor. Someone whose legs could use a little love and support too. We're not alone in this. Aging doesn't mean fading. It means learning, adapting, choosing better every day. So here's to you and to your strong, supported, and loved legs. Here's to walking farther, standing taller, and feeling more alive with each step you take. Thanks for spending this time with me. Now go take care of those beautiful legs of yours.